reminding this House of certain decisions that were made here by previous members and how they came back to bite them and created what we call intended and unintended consequences. Once upon a time, members of this House passed something that was called Preservation of Public Security Act. It allowed detention without trial. And most of the members who vigorously supported that bill before the end of that decade of the 60s had actually been detained under that law they passed here. Then at some point in 1982, members of this House also passed in a record time, 3 readings, a law inserting Section 2A, making Kenya a de jure one-party state from a de facto one-party state. Within 12 months, those who moved that motion here, those who supported it, had been expelled from KANU and their political careers ended. In 1989, in this country, we had a visit by the then president of Romania, Ceausescu. And among the documents that were signed was a security cooperation arrangement, where Romania, being a hard Stalinist communist country at that time, would offer training on how to deal with dissidents, including torturing them, poisoning them, and all those kind of things. The public officer who signed that memorandum was the first victim under that MOU. He was poisoned and he died. I'm not giving names. These are historical records. You can check the Hansard and other documents, official documents. Why am I saying this? Because these circulars, making it mandatory to use e-procurement platform for everybody, reflect that kind of thoughtless executive action or legislative action by those in power. We are now expected, and the directives are coming from a person who had been a member of this House for 15 years. That member, I happen to represent the constituency he had been representing for those 15 years. When he left office 2 to 3 years ago, that constituency had only 30% rural electrification penetration. It had no internet connectivity at all. It had not even a single inch of tarmac road. Today we are being told here, he has signed a circular that everybody who wants to do business with government must do it online. And yet he knows very well that the people of Suba South have no internet connectivity. Not even the national fiber optic cable was ever laid in Suba. So I'm struggling with those things. What am I trying to say? This circular is in itself very thoughtless. Nothing has been presented to this House on the social impact of making procurement mandatory online. Because it will affect even the AGPO, the persons with disability, the women, the affirmative interventions that the government has been making. So we cannot just approve it randomly like that. Mr. Speaker, I urge all the members that we join hands and annul, we adopt this report, annulling the additional 2 circulars, making procurement mandatory online. Because to approve them is actually to invalidate the very essence of public procurement, which is to afford everybody equal opportunity to participate in business. And that we cannot do. And I would like to urge members, first, the circulars are illegal. Section 77 says procurement can be done online or by manual means. The law has not changed. And we cannot allow Treasury or any other government agency to subvert the will of this House when we make a decision like we did in August to annul the other circular. With those remarks, Honorable Speaker, I support the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Beatrice Elachi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I also rise to annul this report. Madam Speaker, you remember